After the whistle starts at Tiger Field, where Wildcats quarterback Chad Martin launches a last-second pass to Jackson Marr before getting sacked. Let's take a look at this play again. Martin takes a look downfield, throws a dart. Lucky for him, Marr was at the right place at the right time. Hello and welcome to After the Whistle. Our crews just got back from that game and many others from around District 6. Live from University Park, I'm Jenna Wisman.
And I'm Owen Camaros. We'll bring you all those highlights and show you how Penn State is using its bye week to get ready for their next matchup, right here on After the Whistle. Tonight, the Blue Devils traveled just 8 miles to Veterans Memorial Field to take on the Golden Eagles in the 85th Backyard Brawl. Bellwood-Antis, they would start off with a kickoff. They kick it off to Tyrone to begin this exciting matchup. Disaster strikes, though, as the Golden Eagles, while the ball pops out, it gets recovered by Jeffrey Waite of the Blue Devils deep in Tyrone territory. The Blue Devils would capitalize off of the turnover, as you can see right here in a moment. They capitalized off it as Alex McCartney would push his way through the defense to score 6. Look at that touchdown right there, just rumbling his way through, power rushing from him. Late in the first quarter, Chase Plummer anticipates a Tyrone pass, and he picks it off. He's going to take it all the way to the house. Blue Devils up 14-0. Bellwood-Antis would reclaim their title as the Backyard Brawl champions, winning 26-7. Bellwood-Antis advances to 3-2 on the season and will travel to Phillipsburg, Osceola to take on the Mountaineers. Tyrone, on the other hand, they move to 3-2 and will look to take on Bishop Guilfoyle. Our reporter Chris Vadney captured all the action the Backyard Brawl had to offer. Chris?
Thanks, Owen. Listen, tonight you sent me to a football game, but there must have been some sort of mistake because I just got back from the cinema. Take a look for yourself.
Tyrone and Bellwood-Antis met for the 85th installment of the Backyard Brawl. The stands packed, the energy high, and Bellwood beat back rival Tyrone.
A lot of our coaching staff are Bellwood guys, so we kind of grew up with this rivalry just like our kids have grown up with the rivalry. Whenever you have two great communities like Bellwood and Tyrone going at each other, this atmosphere was awesome. This is something I told our kids before the game, like, you have to enjoy the moment.
Chase Plummer snagged this interception and ran it all the way to the house early on in this game, which sparked a number of Bellwood big plays.
It's definitely a special moment, I saw him pump to the side, and I just knew that ball was mine. Yeah, I've had a pick six before. That was definitely energizing. This is a big game. I'm glad it happened here.
The Backyard Brawl is special. You saw the highlights. You saw the pick six earlier in this game as Bellwood-Antis would go on to force 3 more turnovers, taking the win over the Golden Eagles here at Veterans Memorial Field. Alex McCartney was a man making some memories. He rushed for 3 touchdowns tonight after the Blue Devils lost this game 2 years ago.
We lost 34-0. Then I tore my ACL, and I just remembered that. I sat over there with my dad, and I remember him saying, "Remember this," and I remembered it tonight.
This trophy has seen 20 different Backyard Brawls, and now it's back in Bellwood.
Bellwood-Antis will carry the momentum as they look to face Phillipsburg, Osceola next week. Back to you guys.
3-1, Phillipsburg Osceola travels to face Bald Eagle. The Eagles have won the previous 13 meetings against the Mountaineers. Can they keep their streak going? The Eagles run out onto the field prior to kickoff, looking to get back in the win column. After a scoreless first quarter, Phillipsburg Osceola would punch it in with Colton Chapman for the 3-yard rushing touchdown. Mountaineers up 7-0 after the extra point. Later in the second quarter, Bald Eagle would respond with their own rushing touchdown from Nick McCulley. The Eagles would tie it up with an extra point, 7-7. Now with just under a minute to go in the half, Bald Eagle quarterback Graydon Fisher would take it all the way for the 17-yard score to give the Eagles the lead.
Ooh, just dancing through defenders.
Bald Eagle continues their winning against Phillipsburg Osceola, winning 21-14. Bald Eagle moves to 2-3 and will travel to Bellefonte for the Curtin Bowl next week, while Phillipsburg Osceola moves to 3-2 and will face Bellwood-Antis at home next Friday.
Yeah, that Bald Eagle quarterback, he has some big shoes to fill, but he's doing it well. Bellefonte and Penns Valley both entered this matchup on losing streaks. For one of those teams, that would change tonight. With 3 minutes left in the first quarter, you can see the beautiful sunset with the tower right in the background. Now 3 minutes left in the first quarter, quarterback Ashton Howell charges in for a 13-yard touchdown. Just dancing through, just a couple of little moves. He fumbled the football, but he was already in, so it didn't matter. Later in the second, Penn Valley's Carter Ironside, he creates that twin connection with his brother to brother, and Fletcher would score the 15-yard touchdown. End of the first half, Carter Ironside, he lobs one up. Seth Fedorov, who gets it and runs it in for the buzzer beater touchdown. The Rams, they went up 20-14 at the break. That being said, it wouldn't be enough. Bellefonte, they mounted a second half comeback, and they won 27-20, the win over the Rams. The Rams, they fall to 0-5. They'll look to rebound next week against Clearfield. The Raiders, they move to 2-3 on the year. They'll hope to keep that same energy when they face off against Bald Eagle.
Chambersburg comes to State College on a 2-game losing streak, and history is not on the Trojans' side. They've lost 21 straight to the Little Lions.
Ouch.
False start for State College as they take the opening drive all the way down to the 1-yard line, and Connor Kolka punches it in on the keeper. First drive for the Trojans stalls near midfield as Cam Green's shot down the sideline gets picked off by A.J. Fry.
I thought he was the receiver there.
Early in the second, Shane Markowski kicks a 37-yard field goal to go up 10-0. And look at this energy in the stands. It's white out for their homecoming. 4 minutes left in the first half. Kolka launches a 31-yard touchdown to Hank Lustig. His second touchdown of the quarter puts the Little Lions up 24-0. State College took that lead into halftime and kept the shutout the rest of the way, winning 40-0. The Trojans fall to 2-3 while the Little Lions move to 4-1 and travel to Central Dauphin next.
Homecoming season has arrived in Center County and District 6. State High held their homecoming parade, kicking off the festivities today. And the party, it continued to Memorial Field tonight when they crowned Max Hernkane and Kenna Whitehurst, king and queen. Royalty, it's in the air as homecoming season is here. Penns Valley also had their homecoming tonight with Luke Ruoff and Ellie Romig taking home the crown. Also coming up, teams are looking to rekindle a rivalry that's been one-sided since before COVID.
And highlights from a battle between two teams looking to keep their undefeated seasons alive.
First, though, it's a look at scores from around District 6. The Penn Cambria Panthers travel to play the Central Cambria Red Devils. Our reporter Nico Rodriguez was at the game.
Thanks, guys. Central Cambria hosted Penn Cambria in the Battle of the Cambrias. Penn Cambria absolutely dominated in what was supposed to be a back-and-forth showdown. The Penn Cambria Panthers came out of the gate swinging. One of the key players on the defensive squad for the Panthers is junior Corbin Vinglish. He's a two-way player who plays linebacker and running back. Entering tonight, Vinglish leads the team with 8.5 tackles per game. Head coach Jason Grassi says Vinglish is one of the leaders of this team.
We look for him to do a lot for us, like I said, both sides of the football, and he's the heart and soul of our team right now, and he's a heck of a player.
Last week in the win against Bedford, Vinglish tallied 9 solo tackles. Again tonight, Vinglish played a huge part of the 36-0 shutout.
We just love to pound the ball, and, we try our hardest to just do that and execute through the week, and that's what we did.
Tonight, he found success on the offensive side of the ball, finding the end zone 3 times throughout the game. That puts his touchdown total up to 7 on the young season. Vinglish stands at 5'11", 210 pounds, and plays aggressive football.
I mean, he doesn't want to come off the field. He's a competitor, and he's one of those guys that you don't like to take off the field, and but you have to once in a while to give him some rest.
With the schools being just 15 minutes apart, the Panthers were able to lift the trophy for another year in what was more than just a game.
It was a hate week. We knew coming into the game it was going to be tough, and they were just going to try to pound the ball, so we just came out and stopped them.
This is the 6th time Penn Cambria has beat Central Cambria in the Battle of the Cambrias. Now back to you guys.
We'll get to Bishop Guilfoyle highlights next, but first, a PIAA decision that affects parochial schools across the state. On Monday, a federal court order now allows for student athletes at faith-based private schools to be PIAA eligible for their public school district's fall sports teams if they're parochial. School does not offer the sport. The PIAA expects to amend its bylaws in October. Now to the Bishop Guilfoyle at Central highlights. The Central Dragons played host to Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders tonight. The Dragons are 1-1 so far at home. You can see Central coming out here ready for some action in this matchup. We'll start in the first. Early lead to go up 3, setting the tone. Both teams went back and forth until 11 minutes into the second, where Jake Kissel runs to the outside for an easy 6. The Marauders aren't done yet. They get this huge interception by Jack Troyoka. BG would then drive down the field to give it to none other than Jake Kissel once again, now up 17-0. A few drives back and forth led to BG getting another quick field goal before the half. BG continued their dominance over the Dragons, winning 49-7. Bishop Guilfoyle moves to 4-1 and will go and take on Tyrone, and Central moves to 1-4 and next week takes on Huntington on the road.
Altoona takes the trip down Route 22 to face off against, well, it's CD East, and these two teams are ready to go. Altoona quarterback Parker White, you can see him there. He's looking to get out of trouble. Look at this play. He's going to roll left, he's going to roll right, he's going to look around, and guess what he's going to do? Just wait for it now. Launches up and uncorks a 50-yard bomb.
What a catch,
to Michael Chisholm. Chisholm catches it and is forced out of bounds. That play, it would help set up this Altoona running back touchdown. Julian Hazelwood will burrow his way into the end zone to put Altoona up 7-0. Second quarter, 9 seconds on the clock. It's Hazelwood again. You can see it right here on your screen after we get through the celebrations. There's a discussion between the two teams. It's Hazelwood. Here you go. He makes one man miss, then he makes 2 more. He's off to the races. House call for him. The Mountain Lions, they would do absolutely fantastically here. 14-point lead at the break, and that would be all she wrote. Altoona would hold on and pick up the 14-0 win. Altoona, they move to 2-3 on the year. They welcome Bishop McDevitt to Mansion Park next week.
2 unbeaten teams met in Hollidaysburg as the Golden Tigers faced the Mifflinburg Wildcats of District 4. Tonight was the Tigers' annual sideline cancer game. In the first quarter, the Tigers quarterback Cole DeLatre finds Josh Banks, who dives into the end zone for the game's first score. Later in the quarter, Mifflinburg quarterback Chad Martin airs it out to Landon Murray, who breaks a tackle and runs it in for the first Wildcat score. Then on the ensuing kickoff, Carter Mew finds a lane, makes a cut, and goes 85 yards for a kick return touchdown, which put the Tigers up 2 scores.
And he didn't even really get touched. I mean, he had one man to beat, but other than that, the blocking, wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's off. He's all the way into the end zone. Hollidaysburg went on to win by a final score of 49-14. The Tigers improved to 5-0 and will face Fort Hill at home next week. Mifflinburg drops to 4-1 and will return home to face Milton next week. Coming up, the Nittany Lions have a week of rest before a rematch of last year's Big Ten championship.
And most college athletes are in their late teens or earlier 20s. But just how old is one of Lycoming College's newest additions to their football team?
And now first, some more scores from around the state. Penn State heads into the bye week 3-0. They are taking the break to prepare for their biggest challenge yet, taking on the number 6 team in the country, according to the Associated Press.
Penn State is on a bye week, but have quite the task ahead in 2 weeks when they face the number 6 ranked Oregon Ducks. The Nittany Lions were 2-0 coming out of bye weeks last year. Head coach James Franklin has a simple answer to how the team handles these weeks.
Bye week, we're focused on Penn State. We're getting a head start, obviously, on Oregon, but I'd say it's 50% focusing just on Penn State and getting better, and 50% on getting a head start on our opponent. And then next week should be the same as it was week 1 and week 2 and week 3 inside our football facility.
The Nittany Lions have had 3 wins to start the season, a perfect opportunity for the team to create an identity and get used to some new faces.
Obviously, with 3 new receivers, getting those guys, comfortable and building chemistry with Drew, we thought was important, and I think we've done a pretty good job of that. We still obviously have work to do. And then obviously just the confidence in the execution of the new stuff on defense, so that we can play fast.
Coach Franklin also added that the bye week creates a week to get better and opens up opportunities for everyone to get reps, seeing what young talent can shine through as the season goes on. Reporting for After the Whistle, this is Rob DiLorenzo.
Oregon swims into a sea of white in Beaver Stadium next Saturday for the annual Whiteout game.
On Wednesday, the NCAA announced it is eliminating the spring transfer portal. They will move to a single offseason portal and will talk about modifying the January transfer window in the future. In the initial proposal, players couldn't enter the transfer portal until January 2nd.
Let's move back to high school football. Owen, we've seen plenty of top plays tonight. Let's turn to Quinn O'Leary to see the best.
Thanks, guys. It was a battlefield out there in District 6 tonight. Let's take a look at what made our top 3 plays. We started the show with this play, but it had to make the top plays too. Chad Martin staying alive, looking like vintage Ben Roethlisberger, and to find Jackson Marr. Number 2 takes us to Penn's Valley, where Carter Ironside pulls out one of his tricks and delays enough to lob it over 3 Bellefonte defenders to Seth Federoff, and here he goes, rumbling through defenders all the way to the goal line. Thought he scored, but it was ruled down just short. And at number 1, it's Graydon Fisher for Bald Eagle, calling his own number on the keeper, breaking free through Mounties defenders for the score. It's clear that District 6 is not here to play around, and it's bringing the energy to Friday Night Lights. Back to you at the desk.
One of the newest members of the Lycoming College football team is a lot different than your average college student. Tom Sillo had a career, a family, and a dream. The 58-year-old is a first-year student, that just does not sound right, defensive lineman at Lycoming College. Head coach Mike Clark let Sillo try out, and he proved himself. The Williamsport native is more than twice the age of his teammates, but his motivation is just as strong.
I thought, I'm going to give this a shot, and I'm going to write the script. I'm not going to let somebody talk me out of this or self-doubt pull me back.
Yes, okay.
Sillo hasn't seen any action, but Coach Clark says he's a valuable member of the team, whose discipline and life experience sets a good example for other players. And man, he has had a lot of life experience. It's good to see him out there. I'm just hoping that he, at his age, he's still able to keep up with young kids.
Yeah, I mean, at 58 years old, I can't imagine being a first-year student in college, but I mean, it's incredible. It's definitely a great story, and I'm excited to see where he goes with it.
Hey, you always talk about second opportunities. Well, there you go. That's a second opportunity for him. And college football, it's no joke, even at Lycoming College. So, hey, good on him. Let's see how he does.
Exactly.
That's going to do it for us this week on After the Whistle. For more updates about our show and our coverage of games, follow us on X and Instagram at ATWPSU. I'm Owen Camaros.
And I'm Jenna Wisman. Tune in next week for more coverage around District 6 and, of course, Penn State football right here on After the Whistle.